How's it going, everybody? I am Donut. We are reacting to Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2, Episode 20, Scars. Now, before we get right into this, well, first of all, Scars title, there's no real insight I can really have onto that. It's the scars that they all, I don't think it's, physical scars, the scars they all have from various different reasons. It could be for almost any character. It would be useless for me to say, oh, it's probably about Skye, or it's probably about Coulson, it's probably about May, or, it's about all of them, I assume. But either way, so, we just watched Ultron. I want to say that I understand now why Coulson was so adamant about finding Hydra so quickly and everything like that. Like, why he felt like it needed to happen now. I get it now. I'm not justifying it and I'm not agreeing with it. But at least I understand why he was so panicky about trying to get Hydra so quickly, because it's been a year and the Avengers have done jack shit, so he was like, I gotta do it myself. I get it, but doesn't make it better. But alright, let's get into this. Scars. I assume Theta Protocol was the lifeboats, but by bunks they meant seats, but I'm not sure. So maybe we'll find out there was something else, but that was my assumption, that it was the lifeboats. And I assume, of course, that Coulson has been working with Fury this entire time, and we have we have 3 shields now up. I assume, though, that monocratic shield is Coulson and Fury, and Coulson has just been keeping the fact that he has a much bigger shield behind everybody's back, I guess, because he's just Fury 2.0. Alright, wasn't expecting something like this. Oh, Koenig! Okay. So, my other guess was that he was Theta Protocol. Like, all of them were. It's interesting that it's just Sam and Billy, so it might, we've been seeing it as just Sam and Billy for a while. I wonder why they're all so different. He's got a sister. But also, I do know why he hasn't been in the show for a while.
I gotta tell you, it's not easy keeping something as
Okay,
big as
so it's just
secret.
the helicarrier. I mean, I assume helicarrier and the lifeboats, all of it together was Project Theta. Okay.
Even Fury had a World Council watching over him, providing guidance.
What do you suggest?
I mean, they were terrible, but it was the idea of
where I
that.
operate as director, under your advisement. This way.
Okay, I like
we'll have
that.
a cool underground base.
Yes.
And a boat.
Yeah! Hell
It's
yeah!
hard to argue,
I mean,
man.
again, I don't like S.H.I.E.L.D. in general, but this is better than what we have.
But there are plenty more battles to be won. And one closer to home that I fear the helicarrier won't solve.
But hell yeah, I really dig this direction we're going. Again, I don't like S.H.I.E.L.D., but it's... We're watching S.H.I.E.L.D., so...
But any part of the Hydra indoctrination that was affecting your actions is
Oh, that was easy
You're
peasy.
on your own again.
Thank you, both of you.
Is that true,
Honestly,
though?
I think knowing Bakshi's gone has helped more than anything.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, it's okay. You can trust them.
You're in the bad place.
You never should have come for me.
Like, this is the boogeyman for them.
Last night I saw something beautifully peculiar.
What are we getting now?
It's hard to describe. It was a giant stone, but not a stone. And then suddenly, it was like an ocean, waves crashing against the shore.
Hold on. This stone, were there deep cavities carved into it?
What the hell? Why does
How
he...
did you know? This could mean the end of us.
Have you come across this before?
Only through stories passed down by our ancestors. It's Kree. Dangerous. Intended
Okay.
to destroy our people.
In case they got out of hand or something?
Then they decided we were a mistake.
So they wanted an encase weapon.
Suppose I could find a connection to Tether? But it
tether.
wouldn't put me in the vicinity.
It's tether.
Maybe I could help.
Go. Find it.
This whole Afterlife side of things has been fascinating. Just seeing the way they handle everything is so... Wait. This is the...
This is it.
Is this called the Tether? This ship? I don't think we've ever got a name for it before. But why would that have anything to do with Kree? So no, that shouldn't make any sense.
Daisy's strong. She gets that from you. But if she's not okay, I will personally rip out Raina's little tainted rat heart. Or not. Whatever you want.
Who was she when you first met her?
Yeah, when did he first meet her?
No family, no home. Somehow, she convinced this cafe owner to bring her old pastries. She demanded the warm, fresh pastries, not the stale ones. If they were willing to give her cotton, why not silk? I've never seen her not want something.
What is it you think she wants now?
The Afterlife?
Why does she bring so few through the mist?
Stop!
That's a good point.
Hurry.
Yeah. Terrifying, dude. The amount of people that have real ass power things looking like they're crazy is skyrocketing. The number of people in the world like that. Ain't nobody used to this shit. Okay. Is that Creole? Can't be, right? What the fuck is that?
Wait,
The military is Creole
it's
anyway.
not safe.
What the fuck is that?
It's clearly very dangerous.
Well, same could be said about you, May.
Yeah.
I heard
Same
about
shit
what
I've been
happened to
saying.
that little girl in Bahrain.
Well, May!
Trying to
I mean,
do
sorry,
something.
Sky, what the fuck are you saying?
Did you know that she was inhuman?
So?
They both were. So you, of all people, should understand why they'd want to keep their location a secret.
No! Sky, that is bullshit logic. I agree with what you're saying, but the example you're using is bullshit. What the fuck is... Like, yeah, of course you can't destroy something like this. How do you?
Teleporter in the mix.
We no longer have to wait for the inhumans to come to us.
Remember how Hydra could track the teleporter?
They just got this word.
What are you saying?
When the teleporter left the cargo.
We were able to follow his signature. You know where they are?
We do. I think it's time we pay our new friends a visit.
Yeah, figured this was gonna happen.
What do you think I'm trying to do?
Oh, I don't know. Create chaos?
Why would I do that?
Because you thrive on it!
Back.
Seriously.
Please.
She's just manipulating, because she knows she's getting him angry.
Without that concoction,
She's getting him angry. She knows exactly what she's doing.
You're nothing. What's in those vials anyway? Muscle milk?
Enough!
Jesus, Cal. I mean,
S.H.I.E.L.D.
fucking... I
wants us
can't
to
remember
be
his name.
to
Gordon.
fracture, but we're all tied together. A history that
Keep
goes
yelling at the
back
person they're yelling at.
thousands of years. They will not take that away from us.
We need to find out how many people we're dealing with, assess their powers, place them on the index.
No!
Know how this works.
No, do not place him on the index. Sky, you gotta get the fuck out of here. You gotta... After all this, and you're still trying to put him on the index.
She'll listen.
How can you be sure?
How are we even coming?
Because she's my mother.
I don't care what happened in Bahrain.
Yes, you do. Or you wouldn't bring it up. That
Yeah.
girl wasn't killed in the crossfire, Phil.
Okay.
It was her or everyone around us, and I made the call. I only told Andrew.
So,
Back then,
I didn't know that
our
he didn't...
boundaries
The
were
Coulson
clear.
didn't know. That is...
I
Okay.
was married to him, and I worked with you.
Linda.
When you started carving into that wall, you asked me to watch you and put you down if you got out of control. I would never have shot you, but I should have stopped you.
I never lost control.
Sky's living proof that you did.
Fucking harsh words, but... Coulson's needed this.
Snagged it off the bus before I went down. Thought it might be something.
Aww.
Well, anyway.
Wow.
Here you go.
Great, Simmons. Amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, she shakes. But you're not doing anything. That's why it's funny.
Time to go.
I didn't even realize what he was saying. It took me a while to understand his joke.
Indexing? I must ask a lot of questions. But I'm sure you guys already have my blood from when I was out, right?
It's protocol.
Hydra said the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And if that's all they did to him, then that's fine. That's all the index should be.
I saw Quinjets raining fire on us. Afterlife in flames.
We have to warn Jai.
No. That's why it starts. She can't be the one who talks to them. Jai can't meet with S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, yeah.
Not Jai.
She's faking this.
Well, maybe it should be me.
Oh, she's playing him so hard.
I'm banking on that personal connection to get everyone through this safely.
You shouldn't be. This is one of the greatest threats S.H.I.E.L.D's ever faced.
I agree. A whole race of people with powers.
And you've proven
It's
time and again
crazy.
that you're not objective when it comes to Sky.
That's your opinion,
Yeah.
not fact.
That is fact. What are you talking about? That is fact.
His people were too close to Tony Stark. They were blinded by his charm. They trusted him. They even thought
Heavy
what they were
disagree.
working on.
Heavy disagree.
They let one
We
man
know how Ultron happened.
do whatever he wanted.
By nature
And the
of,
world
there's
was
no
restored
logical
for it.
explanation.
We're S.H.I.E.L.D. We're better than that. Or at least we should be.
Gonzalez should go.
I don't know if Gonzalez should go, but...
Okay, then. I asked you to stay and give me advice. I'd be a fool not to take it. As director, I'll quarterback the mission from here. Gonzalez and Weaver, you're on QJ-36.
I don't know what Gonzalez going. He's the worst person to be sending.
I wanted to kill him, too. And I couldn't. Means we're better than him.
But hasn't Fitz already killed somebody?
And I'm kicking myself that I failed. The next terrible thing he does is on me.
I'd say it's more in having him be on the mission with not anybody to really watch over him, but... Because it's not like Simmons' job was to watch over him.
I'm leaving. The fact that Theta
Okay.
Protocol turned out to be a helicarrier doesn't change things for me. Fury
Yeah.
brought you back from the dead. And he used alien blood to do it. And you can't be blamed for what happened to you, but you can't be trusted either.
I'm in full control
Agree
of my
100% action.
I had
mean,
my
I agree
own brush with
100% with
something
what he's saying.
alien. And I know better than to mess with things I can't understand, but it seems like you haven't learned that lesson.
I'll have you reassigned to the carrier, under Gonzalez.
As much as I like and respect you, sir, you're the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't want any part in it.
Can't blame him. I'd be doing the same thing. I'm out. Can't blame him, Mac. I think you're doing the right thing. It's just too dangerous being
You're with S.H.I.E.L.D. what?
in an organization where the director has alien blood in him. It's too uncertain. Wish we could have you on the team. I really liked you. But I do love that we have a character that is addressing the same concerns I do.
Jets in the air.
And he just, immediately doesn't care. I'm really gonna miss Mac. He was shaping up to be one of the best ones on this crew.
Sure about those coordinates?
Funny how you're so broken up about betraying Hunter. Because it seems like you couldn't care less about what you did to me.
Kara.
Oh my god. I was gonna say, that brainwashing thing really worked. It was so easy.
You just sat there.
Yeah, she's done some crazy, horrible shit to Kara, I assume. As I said, Bobby, I assume, has had to do some bad shit to be able to get the position she had in Hydra, because she is a not very good espionage person. Oh, Jesus. And Grant, what? Okay, Icer, of course. Because he's too much of a good guy! Where is that? Also, I haven't even talked about, where are they? How do they get here? Are they meeting not in Afterlife? Is that what's happening?
I'm trying to save us.
There's not a single soul that knows you who trusts you, Raina. Keep her here until S.H.I.E.L.D. is gone.
This random ass girl, she gonna manipulate the hell out of her.
You have to believe me. Something terrible is going to happen unless you do what I say.
Mm-hmm.
I'll regret this.
If that's true, then you're just the girl who cried wolf, so, you know. Where the fuck is Afterlife? How has it been hidden for this long if it's just on Earth?
I represent S.H.I.E.L.D. with his same intentions.
He's killed agents of yours, hasn't he?
No, not S.H.I.E.L.D. agents.
Oh, then...
No, his people.
Yeah, as I've been saying 1,000 times. But also, hold on. I do want to pause it real quick here. He says not S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, but haven't him and Jiang both killed S.H.I.E.L.D. agents? Like, the initial Hydra agents, they killed, but then I thought they went around killing actual... Like, was the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent that Lumley was, you know, working with, I thought it was like a girl or something, was she also a Hydra agent? Or maybe, you know, Cal just might have thought that they were Hydra agents. It's also interesting that Cal knew that Hydra was in S.H.I.E.L.D. before literally anybody else, right? Yeah, it would have had... Yeah, because if he's saying that he knew they were not S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, because it, you know, should have been obvious from his context, from everything he saw happen. But that's interesting. That's actually very interesting. There was somebody that knew way before anything else. But yeah, understandably, they are hiding the murders that Jiang has done also. But if it's true that he hasn't killed any actual S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, then that is even more credence to me saying that, like... Because even then, I was excusing him killing even S.H.I.E.L.D. agents because it's still in self-defense. They took his baby. Yeah, apparently, like, so then he stopped killing... I mean, well, we already knew that he stopped killing anybody after Jiang stopped as well. But, because they both stopped when the trail went cold. Either way, anyway. But... And the 2 criminals he killed, you know, were about to kill somebody, so... They don't, like, count. Oh, Cal, this really sucks for you, but... Hopefully they'll put you in jail, and not in a fucking... electric straitjacket that's doing some crazy shit. I don't know. This is S.H.I.E.L.D.
You really are magnificent. I'm very grateful I got a chance to know you.
I'm glad I got to know you too.
Hydra took from me, too. We share the same scars. But it's important that you know that we are not them. I have something for you.
What is this?
Go on. Open it.
I don't think it's anything bad. But at the same time, why did he call it a insurance measure or something?
I know that you were separated from your daughter. I thought that might belong to her. A traditional Chinese gift to ward off evil spirits, isn't it?
I never got a chance to give it to her. I kept hoping that if
Why
she
did
was alive,
Weaver also have
evil
one?
would never find her.
S.H.I.E.L.D. has a very long and sometimes violent history.
Extremely violent history.
Sometimes good people.
Legal human experimentation violent.
Sometimes bad. We're there to protect the public when it's the latter.
And how would you like me to help you do that?
I would like to meet your people, learn about their powers. We'll keep a record. And if any ever try to do someone harm, we'll be there to stop them. That's why S.H.I.E.L.D. exists.
That's why S.H.I.E.L.D. should exist. But that's not what S.H.I.E.L.D. does now.
Found these vials on it, man.
What are these?
Oh, why?
It's me.
Cal, why?
Fear drives us to do things we would otherwise never do.
Cal, no!
First started
He said he was going to do this with her.
We only had 5 diviners in our possession.
I mean, I know why he's doing it, because she must have...
We'd lose our ability to transform. An entire race gone forever. So we decided to make our own.
Okay.
As some have said, discovery requires experimentation.
Jesus. You're quoting...
Unfortunately, we could never quite separate the diviner metal out. It's now laced within them. See? This wasn't a problem for inhumans, of course. The diviner's harmless to us. But for humans...
Don't.
Well...
Don't. Yeah.
How dare you compare your scars to mine? You're nothing like me,
Fuck
like us.
you, Jiang.
He ripped
You
out
just
my
quoted
organs
him.
and stuffed them in jars. I will never let that happen to my daughter, to any of my people.
You'll get everyone killed, you crazy.
He tried. As much as I hate him normally, he did try. And wow.
Mom?
Unbelievable.
Mom? Mom?
Unbelievable! She's pulled a Raina!
This is war.
Ah! Jiang! Oh, God. Well, it's a good thing Coulson didn't go in there. He'd be fucking dead. Ah. See you guys for the discussion. So, it absolutely was a girl who cried wolf situation. Like, there's no situation here. There's no, you know, with the way this all went down, like, of course they didn't listen to her. Her whole life she's been manipulative. She's been selfish. She's just been working everybody to do what she wants, to get what she wants. She's been an awful, evil person. And so, you know, there's really nothing she could do. No matter what she's gonna do here, they're not gonna believe her. I mean, it's taken them a long time to believe her. Still, like, to believe that she is evil and manipulative and all that, but at least they finally have. At least they, you know, it's a bad time to do it. Like, it was, coincidentally, it was a bad time. But morally and logically, it was still a good thing to do to no longer trust her. But, yeah, anyway, like, the only reason she's doing this anyway is just to save her own ass, right? Like, she doesn't have any true altruistic reasons for doing this. She's only doing it because if they go to war, there's a chance that she might get hurt or she might get killed. So she doesn't want that. That's really her only reason. But yeah, I am interested to see this war that's going to go down between Afterlife and the and S.H.I.E.L.D. because both organizations have awful leaders and just both organizations in general are not very good. So I don't really have a stake in like which one I want to come out on top or anything. You know, I'm just interested to see how it plays out. It's going to be entertaining as hell for me either way. But yeah, there's not really a side that I can take in this. I don't really care which, you know, like, I don't want people to die. I don't want, you know, certain characters to die that I love. But I'm saying, like, in terms of which side wins or loses, I don't particularly care. I care about casualties, but I don't care about which side comes out on top. But yeah, I mean, well, we know Afterlife's not going to come out on top, but what I mean is, like, I don't know, like, there's no way Afterlife could come out on top in this. But at the same time, they do have... We don't know who else they have. We know... All we know of is Gordon, Raina, and Lincoln. I mean, it was Sky as well, but... yeah, so... I don't know. Do they have, like... Even if it's just the... Even if it's just... If Sky... I don't know if Sky would fight for this. She would be, like, kind of the middle ground here. But, so if we're just counting Lincoln and Gordon and Raina... Can Gordon fight, really? I mean, I guess so. Like, we've seen him fight. He can't do a lot of damage because he's just a normal person, but he can still fight easily just by teleporting. He can still do some amount of damage. He can just teleport behind you, snap your neck, you know? You can do whatever. Take your gun, shoot you. But Lincoln, we don't really know what the full extent of what he could do is. You know, he could probably disable a lot of stuff, but in terms of actual damage output, I don't know. And then we have Raina, who is just a complete, just gonna murder everybody, and it seems like she has armor as well, so. I don't think they're gonna be able to even do a whole lot of damage with the people we know about right now. I think they would have to introduce other Inhumans that have also gone through the transformation, but, you know, for them to stand a chance. You know, if they have S.H.I.E.L.D on their side, then that's one thing. Because the way she sets it up, S.H.I.E.L.D is, of course, going to be on her side, probably. Like, yeah, I don't know if she's even going to try and hear out Coulson or anything. Because, yeah, I mean, with the way he's been acting and the way everybody at S.H.I.E.L.D has been acting, like, yeah, I wouldn't blame her for, you know, not wanting to talk it out anymore. Just being like, you know what? I can see just how this went down. I'm on the Inhuman side. I can easily see S.H.I.E.L.D, you know, doing that after everything. But, yeah. I didn't make the connection in my reaction that the secret that Gonzalez had on the ship was the rock. I kind of forgot that. We mentioned the secret in like one line. But yeah, so they've had this for 100 years. Found it at an old Hydra dig site. They were supposed to be destroying it or doing something with it when Winter Soldier happened and the fall of S.H.I.E.L.D happened. And so they just had to keep it on the ship because they, you know, were trying to be secret or whatever. But at the same time, you know, it's not that we can't destroy it, but that Coulson's saying he doesn't want to destroy it because it's too dangerous. I was thinking they were just saying, you can't destroy it because I don't know how you would. But when I rewatched that scene, it's not that they can't destroy it. It's just that Coulson doesn't want to. Which, you know how I feel about that. And yeah, so it switches between a solid and a liquid. Maybe gas too, but so far I've only seen the solid and the liquid, which it would be weirder if it turns into gas too. It's not as visual of a thing. And yeah, this is probably the weirdest thing we have seen in the entire universe so far. I can't think of anything that has been weirder than this. Like, the Infinity Stones don't come anywhere as close to being as weird as this. The Infinity Stones are pretty not weird. The Mind Stones are pretty weird, but it's not as weird as this. And we know it's a Kree. We know it's a Kree weapon that was meant to kill the Inhumans if they got out of line and stuff. Like if they ever became a threat to the Kree. But why is it here on Earth? What's with all the rectangular holes taken out of it? Why is it switched between states even when it's not active? I assume. Fucking what is with the Kree, man? What's with the Kree? Why are they always up in this shit? They got some weird-ass tech going on. So we started the episode with Koenig, which was awesome. Very glad we finally get him again. I know what happened with his wife and everything, so I understand why he hasn't been in it for the last half of the season. That said, I still doesn't make up for them not being able to afford his character every other, time. And I assume going forward, we're probably still going to be not getting a whole lot of him. As evidenced by we got him in the very beginning of this episode with him not being on set and then, not anymore. Still annoyed, but, I understand why he wasn't in the last half of the season. But, doesn't excuse the first half. And yeah, so we said that we were doing away with clearance levels, but these lanyards look like clearance levels. It seemed like he gave him the triangular lanyard and then put it up to the door so that way he could have clearance to enter that building there. And it's not like it's a director-only thing, which, again, I hate the fucking director having only director secrets. That is the number one thing I hate about S.H.I.E.L.D. I could understand clearance levels. I get that 100%. But the director having secrets that nobody knows is the number one. Cannot. Nope. No. Absolutely not. Again, the other clearance stuff, the agents having clearance levels, that makes sense. You don't want everybody in the whole organization knowing everything. I get that. I don't think the clearance levels were that weird of a thing. It was weird that the clearance levels were being used so often for stuff that they really shouldn't be used for. Like, that was the weird thing, that it was like, they kept making it seem like, you know, nefarious stuff was up, but it wasn't. It was just, they like using clearance levels because they like being super secretive for no real reason. And there's plenty of reason to use the clearance levels, but very rarely did we see a good reason for why they were using a clearance level. But yeah, the director-only secrets, cannot fucking stand that. And that's not what this is, though. This is like the clearance level things, which, again, I'm fine with, but Coulson specifically said he's getting rid of clearance levels. He hated clearance levels, and now we're just doing it again, except it's different shaped lanyards. That said, though, I am very happy to see Coulson admit his own shortcomings. Even if he, you know, doesn't really, like, he does, but at the same time, he's still acting very much so the same way throughout the whole episode, as evidenced with the talk May had to have with him there at the end and everything. He keeps apologizing, but he doesn't mean it. You know, he'll admit to his shortcomings, but he doesn't actually mean, like, he's admitting to them, but that doesn't mean he's changing them. He's just saying, yeah, I did that, but, and maybe he's like, oh yeah, I apologize for it, but he doesn't really apologize, he's not really changing. But, you know, at the very least, I am glad that we have people above him now, even though it's only 2 people now, and maybe they're gonna even die off, who knows, but we do need a, you know, council over him. The World Security Council was terrible, but that's because I assume they were already, like, big politicians and everything, and just in general, anybody you're gonna get to run this is gonna be garbage. There's nobody that's gonna be able to run it good, so it's gonna be corrupt no matter what. There's nothing you can do. It's just gonna be corrupt. Power just seems to do that. So, I mean, ultimately it's gonna be fucked, but whatever, this is the best we can get. And yet, saving a ton of people does not excuse all the awful shit they've done and assumingly still do. Because, like, yeah, the Project Theta thing, saving the lives, great, that is what S.H.I.E.L.D. should be, and I hope that is what they continue to be, but does not rectify all the other terrible shit that has happened, is still happening, assumingly. We have not been shown anything to imply that Coulson has rectified all the crimes against humanity that are still being done to the people in the Index. Like, some of the people in the Index. I don't want to imply that it's all the people in the Index. I know that. I'm saying some of the people. But yeah, we've been shown nothing to imply that Coulson has done anything to rectify that in any way, and I don't think that Coulson gives a shit about rectifying that in any way. So, you know, ultimately S.H.I.E.L.D. is still the same. And yeah, I mean, I don't know why Lincoln is so afraid of being branded. Like, he has electrical powers. If he was just, you know, some normal-ass Joe Schmo that was pretty strong, then sure, they would probably lock him in a cage for the rest of his life and brand him. If that's, you know, maybe not so bad. But, fucking, if you have electrical power, we know you got electrical powers. We've seen what they do to people with electrical powers. It ain't pretty. You're gonna have some illegal human experimentation done to you. You know, if it wasn't for the fact that he had S.H.I.E.L.D. here with him, and they didn't want, I guarantee you, if S.H.I.E.L.D. was not here with him and they just picked him up somewhere else, he would absolutely be doing this. They would be doing the same exact shit they were doing to Blackout. So then, Kara's brainwashing was lifted, but it seems like it already was like. I don't think that they failed to lift it here. I just think that it already was lifted before this. Like, it seems like Ward was the one who lifted her brainwashing. If we are saying scientifically that her brainwashing has been lifted. Because the part of her that loves Ward isn't brainwashing. That's just Stockholm Syndrome. So the part of her that was actually brainwashed into becoming a Hydra soldier, that seems to have gone away whenever Ward, you know, took her. Really seems to have gone away when Whitehall died. But, more thoroughly when Ward took her. So, I would say that her brainwashing has already been gone. They just assumed that she was still being brainwashed because of the whole Ward thing, but that's not brainwashing. That's just That's just her Stockholm syndrome. Like, it's not true love. It's not like her personality or anything. It's certainly not her personality, because it all was developing in the time when her brainwashing was still wearing off, so that cannot be counted as normal. But I am very glad she's staying as a villain. She's a very... It's interesting because she's not a sympathetic villain. They never tried to make her out to be a sympathetic villain. But she, she's not like a full-on villain or anything. It does have to do a lot. Like, now we're saying, oh, she's not brainwashed, so she's just full villain. But it is still she's a victim of her circumstances. It all happened while the brainwashing was being undone. So, and after everything she's gone through, like, yeah, even if she was unbrainwashed after that, after everything Bobby did to her, and now Bobby's just living a normal ass life like this while she had to go through everything she did, yeah, I can see why she's gonna wanna torture the living shit out of her and then kill her. And Bobby's gonna have to get out of this herself, because I can't imagine who would find her out here. Like, who would know where she is? Or Ward, like, who would know how to track Ward? So, she fucked. I kept holding on to the word tether that Gordon said, like it was a person or a place or a thing, but it was just like, he's just saying, like, he can make a psychic connection and teleport to a tether. Like, I can probably tether to it. But yeah, I want to clear that up. I love how freaked out everybody is over the Inhumans whenever they see them for the first time. As opposed to the ones like, Skye or Lincoln. I mean, even them, they're freaked out by them, but not like the moment they see them, because there's no like obvious thing or anything. But like, I was worried that because we've had people like Donnie or Scorch and Blackout that they wouldn't be making as much of a deal of people that are born with powers. And again, although I wouldn't call those people born with powers because they have to go through a transformation first, it's still a chilling thought. And so I'm glad that, Hunter and May and Bobby, like every single person, as soon as they pull their gun, it is like a logical thing. Like, they don't immediately like shoot this person who's infiltrating the ship, just by nature of not saying that they should shoot them because they're inhuman, but just there was a person infiltrating the ship. I would assume if they had icers, they would shoot first, ask questions later. Because how the fuck would you get on the ship otherwise? I mean, they knew who it was. But, either way, what was I trying to say? Where the hell was I in my notes? Yes, it's an absolutely chilling thought that after thousands of years, suddenly, you just know about this entire other race that's been here, like, the whole time. It's almost like Skinwalkers. It's not quite, but it has that immediate feeling. I mean, it's an immediate thing. It's no real connection to it, but it does have that, horror sentencey vibe of like, oh, they've been living among us the entire time. Like, just that concept alone is terrifying, no matter the context. But yeah, also the like in universe knowing that those fucking bastards on the History Channel were right with the ancient aliens. Like, I cannot imagine that in universe where so many people must have, well, not right now, but whenever the Inhumans come to light, because it does seem like they will be eventually. Does not seem like they are going to stay hidden for very long. But when that comes to light, I can imagine a lot of those people are going to be becoming famous overnight. It's a lot like the whoever, people that studied ancient Norse mythology, and it's like, oh, we were just studying history. I love that stuff. But yeah, so knowing that, like, the History Channel guys were right, there was ancient aliens. We have an entire race of alien-modified humans. Oh, boy. It's more terrifying than if they had powers from birth. I mean, I would say that. If they just had powers from birth, because if they just have powers from birth, it has to be a genetic thing, right? It has to be there has to be a scientific reason for why someone has powers. so far, Ultron is the only thing that we have no scientific explanation, and I do hope it stays that way, because I think that's what makes him so fascinating. But everything else, there has to be some sort of scientific explanation for it. So if they have powers from birth, it's gotta be a genetics thing. I don't know what the X-Men mutants are. Again, I don't even know if they have powers from birth or if they are an alien race that is so humanoid that they just call them mutant. I don't know if it's a catch-all term for... I know it's not like if you get power. I know it is something relating to being born with powers, but again, they also call Inhumans being born with powers, but I would disagree. So, you know, but yeah, I hope that the X-Men is like a genetic thing. That makes sense to me. I'm not sure how else you could do... I mean, I could just be overlooking something, but I don't know how else you could do having powers from birth with an explanation for why they have those powers without it being genetics. Like, without it being, you know, aliens or something like this. Because as I'm saying, this is more terrifying to me than having powers from birth, because powers from birth, I can't see any other way than it being genetic, which is just like, you know, it's a little bit like... creepy. Is like, okay, well, there's like, you know, now a different kind of human race, but they're still humans. It's just like an evolved sort of humans, or devolved sort of humans, or whatever. But yeah, with this, it's alien. It's alien. They're alien modified human race. That's, yeah, it's not something you want to get involved with in any way whatsoever at all. Especially after you've had 2 alien invasions already. Like, this isn't even like first encounter. We've already encountered plenty of aliens, and let me tell you, we don't like them. We don't have a great track record with the aliens. We don't even have a great track record with the Asgardians, because as far as they know, Loki is solely an Asgardian, and I'm not sure if they even know why the fuck Loki did anything that he did. Like, they probably just think that he was just an asshole Asgardian who wanted to come invade them. Like, they probably knew nothing about the whole, you know, him getting pissed off about his race, being a frost giant, and that being held secret from him, and the whole being banished out. Like, they know that they know probably what happened after Thor 1, but they don't probably know the whole reason behind why Loki did all this. They probably just think he's some random Asgard dude that was, you know, they know he's Thor's brother, but they probably just think, Thor's brother just was an asshole and wanted to invade. So, they don't have a great track record for aliens. It does seem to them like most aliens are just inherently awful and want to kill us. But yeah, I mean, I'm not calling for a genocide or anything. I want to make that clear. I'm not saying that. It's just like, you know, I don't think I could be friends with them. I don't think I would never want to interact with an Inhuman in my entire life. I would be very happy never seeing one ever. Yeah, I just, got nothing to do with them as a people. Everything to do with them, their genetic makeup. I want nothing to do with it. I ain't getting no alien cancer over here. If this was a comic, it would be way different, but the MCU and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. specifically has brought up the alien viruses, the alien writing madness, and the when you get the alien blood in you, it can make you go crazy, or touching the alien writing and turn Mac into a zombie. We have seen plenty of examples of you don't want to get involved with alien shit in any way. It's completely unpredictable. It doesn't follow our science, our logic. So if something, you know, happened to me, I would know that they'd be able to fix it. I've stayed as far away from any alien shit as far as possible. I mean, if they had a museum that was like, oh yeah, we got like a Chitauri helmet in like a glass case in a museum, I ain't going to that fucking museum. No way I'm going to that fucking museum. I'm getting nowhere near any alien shit ever. You count me out. Again, if it was a comic, a little bit different. But this show in the MCU has acknowledged the fact that viruses and bacteria and who knows what else is out there with the aliens. They have their own genetic makeup that is so much different than ours that it freaks me out, man. I'm not a germaphobe by any stretch of the imagination normally, but when it's alien, boy howdy, I'm the biggest germaphobe on the planet. I don't want nothing to do with that alien shit. And I fully understand Mac, because it's the same shit with Coulson. He cannot be director. Having any alien stuff to do with you, you cannot be director. It's too unpredictable. Like, I don't care about you as a person. You are immediately disqualified. I could never be a part of S.H.I.E.L.D. if Skye was in S.H.I.E.L.D., if Coulson was in S.H.I.E.L.D. I could never be a part of it at all. But, as a viewer, all I'm really saying is Coulson being director of S.H.I.E.L.D., is crazy to me. It's insane how fine everybody is with Coulson, being director. It's nuts to me. I can't get over it. But yeah, him being an agent, Skye being an agent, it's sure, that's just something that we're gonna have to do by nature of this by nature of this being a superhero show. We're gonna have to have people with powers in it. But I do feel like that the MCU has shot themselves in the foot with episode 6 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I keep coming back to episode 6 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If episode 6 of season 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't exist, I can almost guarantee you that my opinion on all of this would be vastly different. I would probably be completely pro Coulson being the director. I would probably be completely fine with, the Inhumans and all this stuff. My opinions would be so vastly different if episode 6 didn't exist. But episode 6 does exist. It does in universe. I should be worried about viruses from the aliens. I should be worried about stuff that I can't comprehend coming from alien stuff. But yet nobody else in the show has really seemed to be worried about that since then. It's the only really, logical, disconnect I've felt in the MCU as a whole has been there's incomprehensible stuff in the alien stuff. In general, I feel there's just been a really logical disconnect from that, and I think I might just have to push episode 6 and just pretend that episode 6 never happened, because it's so hard to act like it's fine that Coulson is the director when we've had something that insane happen. That's been I keep getting back to that's one of the biggest events in the whole MCU to me, is episode 6, because it acknowledged viruses from aliens. But okay, we're moving on. Bahrain, Skye yelling at May about Bahrain, saying that May should understand they just want to be left alone, when that woman and her child broke the rules of Afterlife to transform her fucking child. And what the fuck did she want May to do? Did she want May to just let all those people die? Did she seriously think that was the right fucking call? Because, oh, poor them, the race is prosecuted, so they get a get out of jail free card. Skye, what the fuck are you talking about? You really gotta calm down and think for a second, because S.H.I.E.L.D. has been talking about, oh yeah, we just gotta kill all the Inhumans. They've been saying some crazy shit. I understand. But this is a bad example to be using. This makes you look crazy, Skye. I want to get behind what you're saying, but this is a horrible example to use. This is not an example of they should have just been left alone. If they were left alone, oh boy, howdy, it would have been so much worse. Oh, man. I wonder, okay, we have this other, of the council, I guess we'll call it them now. We had, Thompson, was that his name? I think he's still, recovering or something, I guess. I hope he just never just stay in a coma forever like Blake. But yeah, the Weaver, and then we have the other guy who's got the beard and everything. He said one word. Who is this guy? Is he gonna get a character role at all? Is he going to do anything? Even Weaver's, she's barely done anything also, but we know of her previously, so it can be excused a little bit. But yeah, he's done fucking nothing. He said no. I don't mean an action. I'm just even saying anything. But yeah, I'm not sure if I have anything else to say. That's all my notes. ballsy move on Jiang. Oh boy, someone tell me how it was pronounced and I forgot. Oh boy, is it Jiang? Jiang? I don't remember. I thought I've always been saying Jiang, but I don't know. Either way, ballsy tactic on her end. Ballsy tactic. And just props on Gordon for coming to her about the whole Raina thing in general. Like, I really thought he was going to go, off with Raina on his own and stuff, but props on him for doing the right thing. Alright, that's it. I will see you guys for the next reaction. We got the finale. It's like a part 1, part 2 thing. I was considering just doing my reaction to part 1 and then immediately doing my reaction to part 2 and then just doing the discussion for them both. But then if I have copyright problems with part 1, I'm not going to put anything up on YouTube and it's just going to be weird and bad. So I'm just going to do it. Even though I know it should all be one finale, I'm going to have to do my discussion on just part 1 and then my discussion on just part 2. Probably. We'll see. Till then, get the fuck out of here.